Hello there, and welcome to day number 84 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. Playing with the white pieces here against the 1723 from the Netherlands, I believe, and it's a Carl Khan. So we're going to go into the Panov attack, which requires the exchange on d5, followed by c4 here for white. And let's see with whether we can get a good game with my opening of choice against the Caro. After knight f6, we can keep the tension and develop a knight onto c3, applying extra pressure on this pawn on d5. There's sometimes a bishop move that's played here, which walks into queen b3 ideas with a fork on both b7 and d5. So let's see if maybe that happens. If they just develop the knight normally, we probably also continue just developing normally. Something like knight f3 here. And yeah, okay, so now bishop here. Let's think about this a little bit. If I play queen b3, it walks into a little bit of trouble because they have bishop takes, which I guess after I play queen takes here, then they'd have knight takes there, and that doesn't look great. So we'll just either go bishop e2, that would drop the d4 pawn, so we're going to play bishop e3 here. Process of elimination right there. There is the risk of bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes, eventually dropping the pawn on d4. But with the queen coming out onto f3, there's always the possibility of bringing a rook on d1. Okay, so now that we have this pawn defended, I think queen b3 can be played. It's probably a little less effective now with this pawn being defended 3 times after e6. But let's think about it a little bit more. Perhaps now I could also maybe play c5 and just try to restrict the dark square bishop. Maybe that's what I'll end up doing. But I think taking on d5 makes sense here. Let's go with... Capturing here, queen b3. I'm not sure about this, honestly. But I think capturing makes sense just to be able to activate this light square bishop. Maybe we can go for a bishop b5 and try to castle on the king side. See what the opponent does. With the knight? Not what I expected. Okay. So, that change our plan at all? Bishop b5 seems decent enough, but we can probably take first. Or actually, maybe... Am I worried about knight takes bishop here? I don't want to allow knight takes bishop, but at the same time, if I can pose a bigger threat quicker, then that might be worth considering. Bishop here, knight takes, pawn takes. Well, there's no real threat, is there? Because this bishop keeps the pin against the queen. So maybe I'll just recapture. I feel like, just given how this is going so far, it looks very equal-ish to me. We can play bishop e2 to free up our queen. Is knight b4 annoying? Potentially. But yeah, we'll just play bishop e2, and we'll just castle. And keep things safe and steady. If we didn't play bishop e2, there was the risk of bishop takes, followed by queen takes here. And let's see if we can target this queen for coming out early. Maybe a rook c4, bishop c4 sometime down the line. Let's see. I don't know. I'm feeling a little tired today, folks. Hopefully that doesn't prevent me from playing a decent enough game. I feel like it probably is about equal right now. I were to guess, you never know, guesses can sometimes be incorrect. Although there's a lot of pressure going against my king. I don't know if I like it. All right, let's think about this. What can we do here? Nothing's being threatened actively yet. I probably want to castle kingside, but even castling kingside looks scary. Castling queenside makes no sense with the open C file or semi-open C file. But castling kingside looks pretty scary, to be honest. Maybe I can try to relieve some tension with knight here. Maybe knight there actually kind of forces a trade while also defending this pawn. But knight here, bishop takes, queen takes. There's maybe g5. And I just slide the knight back, g4. Knight back again. Maybe this actually actively works here. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Or should I just castle first? You know what? We'll go for this. Because it does force a trade of bishops. Or like bishop f5 would be met with knight takes. But let's say bishop f5, knight takes. They can probably play queen takes. Actually, no. Then knight takes with check, and then the king moves. Let's. I don't love it, but I kind of want to get the bishop off the board. I can also just play h3. The bishop would slide back. I'm taking a lot of time thinking here. Maybe just castling is safest. But we'll just go for this and try to relieve some of the tension, the pressure. I just realized after bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes is actually pretty annoying for me. Because they win a pawn. But then I guess, I have knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, rook here, queen check. Yeah, maybe I messed this up. Queen here, trade of rooks, and I'm down a pawn. After knight here, do I maybe have bishop takes, queen check? I mean, at least, yeah, that would get rid of their castling rights. Okay, but they do castle. I'll just bring my knight back now to not allow this. I could also play rook d1, but my knight looks bad on h4. Probably want to here anyways. Also, this pawn is ripe for the taking. We're going to stop that. And yeah, let's keep things running. Rook c1 and queen here could be an idea. There is queen check. Okay. I put a rook on c1. Rook here, queen check. Maybe I should castle. Maybe I should castle. All kinds of danger here, though. I don't love this. They're going to start running their pawns down, and at least my pieces are on the king side. I'm probably going to want my rooks on c1 and d1. Okay, they're trying to double up here and go after h2. I can probably play... Let's see if we have a better move here. I'm just trying to think, but if I go rook c1 now, I drop this pawn on a2. Queen takes. Is there any way to create some sort of trap? I don't think so. We'll just play b3. Or b3 seems way too passive. Okay. I'm running out of time, though. Yeah, we'll just play b3. Queen here becomes annoying. Okay. Bring a rook over. Queen c4. Make a trade happen. 1, 2, 3 defenders. 1, 2, 3 attackers. I don't love this move though. It's a little weakening, but it is what it is. Queen could go elsewhere. I could probably... Maybe I could play rook c1. Queen takes... Rook c2. Queen here. No, it doesn't work. Gotta think. I'm down with 3 minutes on the clock. No increment. I gotta remember that. I've been playing Blitz with increment recently. That might be throwing me off. No increment here means that gonna have to make some quick decisions. E5. There's back rank ideas. It's good to keep in mind. Except that the bishop and knight right now are guarding d8, which means that even if I get something here, they can always go back. It's a little annoying. Okay. Take? Do we take? Gladly. Yeah, I'm gonna ease up on the tension. I'm gonna try to double the rooks though. That's the plan. But that's fine. I'm gonna go rook c4 maybe. After the trade of everything, knight on. I might have back rank after that, so just go h3. Maybe a3, e4. Or maybe I should have played rook c2 to prepare rook d2 in case they actually fix their problems. It was possible. Okay. Rook here, knight a5. Don't love this. Going to struggle a little here. Okay. Go for this. Don't see another choice. They slide their bishop, then there's no more threat on d4, which means I can course correct. I could also play b4. Oh man. Man. I'm scared of like g5, g4. But maybe I can just play this. I check, rook here. Okay. They're fixing up their stuff too. Let's get rid of back rank threats ourselves. Where's this knight trying to go? On to f5. Okay, we'll just play fast. Yeah, makes sense. Or king over. Knight takes, pawn takes. Don't mind that. Okay, keep going. Just make something happen. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Okay. Course correcting. Rook d3. Keeping everything solid, locked in, steady. Pawn up. Okay. And this is not looking great. Now I can play knight here at least. We'll try it. Maybe knight c4, getting the bishop away. Okay, now we get a trade. Fantastic. Been wanting a trade for a while. Relieving a lot of pressure here. Gladly take that. Go here. Winning the pawn. I can play h4, e5 maybe. Okay. Keep going. Gotta go fast. Let's go here, limiting the knight's options. And push a pawn. We'll probably push ourselves. Okay. Let's get a rook in. Get another rook in. Oh no, he got forked. Man. Oh, thank God he didn't go for it. Okay. Oh yeah. What am I doing? What's the plan here? Okay, we just defend. You're... Oh, alright. Okay. Back. Okay. Trade, whatever. Ease up on all this. If I lose, I'm losing in an endgame at least. King's not coming in. Send the king back. We'll take push. And gets opposition. I probably lose this. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm definitely losing. I'm just running out of time. Okay, maybe I have a chance here. No, I don't. Oh, tough. You never know. Maybe they don't know how to win this. I mean, I can stalemate very easily here. If he's not careful, this is a stalemate. I have 17 seconds, so I can't really think too hard. I'm just gonna have to make moves fast and hope for a draw. Not the result I wanted. I mean, I never felt like I got the game I wanted here. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think it is a draw because I don't know how you position. Well, maybe you can actually just get the queen, yeah, closer. Okay. Oh no, that's dumb. Yeah, I got mated. Oh, wow, what a mess. Let's take a look at the analysis and see what happened. Okay, so we played this one with the white pieces, and we got e4, c6, d4, d5, which is the Carl-Con. Here, I played the exchange and specifically the Panov attack with c4 after the exchange variation. After knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, knight f3, my opponent went bishop g4. This is all theory, and I probably should know how to respond to this. Bishop e3 is a good move. So this is fine. And here after e6, I should have gone c5, which is the move I was considering. Instead, I tried trading on the middle, anticipating pawn takes back. And if pawn takes back, white's actually better. Still, I mean, it's pretty equal, but white's slightly better. But actually, I didn't see knight takes back. I didn't consider it. And here, black is already out of the opening with a slight advantage. Bishop e2 is a move that makes a lot of sense, but is actually a mistake. And the reason why is it allows bishop b4 check. And if after bishop b4 check you respond with bishop d2, which is actually the best option, well, you're going to be dropping a pawn. Bishop takes on f3, bishop takes back, and simply, I believe, queen takes on d4 just wins a pawn for black. So here, what I probably should have done instead of bishop e2 is I probably should have played something like a3, apparently, which stops the check. And a3 does actually allow bishop takes on f3, but the idea is that after queen takes back, knight takes on e4, you actually have queen d5 check. Wait, no, queen d5. What am I saying? Queen d5. What? Queen takes on d5. Oh, queen takes on d5. Sorry. What I meant to say. And if pawn takes back, then you just win a piece. So, yeah. But here, there's also the option, I guess, for black to just play queen takes on f3 and double your pawns. And you have the worst pawn structure. They can just castle. They add an attacker to this pawn. You got to defend somehow, so probably rook d1, or you castle long yourself. Yeah, so it's already better for black. But here I played bishop e2, and they played bishop d6. They failed to take advantage. And now knight h4 is apparently a big blunder. Bishop takes, queen takes, and knight takes on d4 is the reason why. But they didn't take on d4, they castled instead, which gave me the time to defend the pawn. But black clearly has the initiative in this game. I'm not castled. My rooks are not in the game. And all of black's pieces can easily get into the game. So, yeah, black is just better here. And the pressure was created on this d4 pawn, and the idea was to go after this d4 pawn. I offered to trade queens to relieve some of that tension, and that's what happened. Here, ac1 is the best move. They double the rooks, and I should be going rook d2, I guess, to prepare rook cd1. Although I thought that wouldn't work because of bishop here. But I guess that doesn't really matter. Bishop a5, and you simply just slide the rook anywhere, really. Yeah, because they're not going to go after this since they'd go down in exchange only for a pawn. So here, I tried to defend with the rook going to c4, and e5 is the best move, and e5 is a very obvious move to consider here because now the pawn cannot take. Although even before it probably couldn't take. I was scared of e5 before previously as well. It couldn't take. I don't know. But anyways, they didn't find it. And I guess we both walked into an equal-ish position. But this g4 move is not the way to go. After knight d6, I have to move my rook. I slid it to c3. And knight d5 actually here wins material. Since I'm going to have to move my rook. And they're going to be able to snatch a pawn here. My opponent didn't see knight b5. They instead went knight e4, allowing me to line up my rooks once again. And here we got a good trade, I think, for me. Trading off our knight for their bishop. And yeah, this is an equal game until I overpush on my king side. And black's slightly better here because black's knight is able to step in and harass. Here, I mentioned I hung a fork. I only had a minute on the clock, so I was just playing moves fast. But knight a2 would have been winning. They didn't see it. We got lucky. And we got this trade. And here I really should have not traded off both rooks. That was a big mistake by me. I also hung this pawn on h4, by the way. So that's silly, but they didn't take. A lot of missed opportunities by me, and then trading off the second rook was my death sentence here. Apparently, the best way to go about this scenario is trading off the first pair of rooks, and then just keeping this other rook on the board. So rook c7, they're going to block if they want to keep this pawn, and we don't want to actually trade rooks. We want to just keep everything on the board. Rook c4 threatens to go rook b4 and win a pawn here. So yeah, I should have just kept the rooks on the board. It would have been equal. These rook endgames, not my forte, clearly. And we walked into a situation where we traded off both rooks. And yeah, and this is just a losing endgame completely. And not much else to see here, to be honest. Ran out of options. I guess it's worth noting that if my pawn was maybe a little bit further up, this could have been a draw. But because their pawn is just faster, I didn't have a chance to promote. And even though I thought maybe this could be a draw, this is completely losing the whole time. I just walked into checkmate and won, but it would have been inevitably regardless. They had enough time on the clock to be able to find it. Essentially, the idea is you just limit the king's movement while bringing your own king over. There's also the concept of allowing promotion sometimes with a mate on the board. So if, for example, you get a king here, it doesn't matter if they promote because you can just checkmate with your queen. So anyways, black was winning the whole time. And yeah, we're back under 1800. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but we gotta keep the grind going. You know, these days sometimes you're just tired, but I think there's still value and merit to continuing to play and continuing to learn, and hopefully that's going to pay dividends down the line. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I saw something that said that, like, I think only 20% of my viewers are subscribed. So that's a lot of people that aren't. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it a lot. And yeah, let me know what you think. Drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Have a good one.